కావాలనుకునే మీ కలని నిజం చేసుకోండి. ఆర్థిక స్థితికి అనుకూల పద్ధతిలో మామ్ IVF తో.
Another interesting thing also, because you were such a top star hero in those days, in Tamil particularly, let alone other languages.
Yeah, because Telugu I think I did only two or three films. Yeah.
Very negligible number. Very negligible. But you were a sought after artist, a superstar in Tamil at the time. But normally when it comes to the point of marriages and getting together, in cinema industry normally happens between a superstar hero and a superstar heroine. It happens naturally in any given language, like Dharmendra Hemamalini. You can take such instances. But such things never occurred in your life?
No, because I met my superstar husband before I came into films. So I knew my husband even before I...
Oh, you came into the film industry?
Yes. So I knew him even before I got into the industry.
That's where you could skip the film industry and the superstars years.
Yeah.
They are unfortunate people. But, coming back to one particular point, see, in the film industry, you will be, you will be admired, you will be worshipped by the people around you, and audiences wherever you go, your fanfare, and people throngs around you. And once you get married and go away from here, you will miss all this. You don't have anything around you. And importantly, you will be 100% earning a lot of money on the top rank, and there will be a flow of money every time, every period, every stage. Sure. But all this will not be there in normal family life. How did you manage that, madam?
I actually give a lot of credit to my parents.
Okay.
I've had both working parents who have raised us, I think, with all the right grounding that one is required. So even when I became an actress and a popular one from the very first film, my parents always said that this is not life. I mean, there is more to this.
More to this.
So they always instilled that in us. And since I told you that I met my husband even before I got into film, so I knew at one fine day I'm going to get married to him, and that is going to be my path. And I'll do this for a while and just enjoy the...
Yes, it's like, as you said, it is 9-to-5 job.
It's a 9-to-5 job, and I took it as a hobby. And as I mentioned earlier, I didn't let the stardom get to me, because I think if I would have gotten the stardom get to me, life would have been very different. I took it as a job. I worked hard at whatever, I was offered. I worked with some very good directors, did some great films. Yes, I missed out on many too, because I left this. I was there only for 3 years.
Exactly.
From 85 to 88 is
very
short time. Very short time. I came like a hurricane and I just
went away. Yeah. It is not hurricane, in fact, a tornado.
So, but I think, there's a time for everything, is what we believe. And I think that was the time I wanted to settle down. And I'm very happy I took that decision. And then there were time to have kids, and I'm glad I could be with them for a long time as well. And then now when my kids are grown up, now they're working, now I have the time in my hands. My husband also has found, his passion of playing golf and work, so he's balancing that. So I said, why not? Once in a way, if I get some interesting film, but I miss home, so I cannot do back to
too
back.
Much of work.
Too much of work. I miss home very...
Back to back films.
Yeah, no, I cannot do. And I just think then it gets very
unless
boring.
and until it excites you.
Yes, but even if it excites me, I would rather take that break and do it rather than doing it back to back.
Okay, even Jaisudha, in her peak prime career also, she used to work for 6 days, and she used to take 3 days gap.
That's fabulous.
Spend at home, and then come back to work after 3 days. Like that, she used to maintain her career. That's what exactly. But your diet...
And I think what even helped me was not living in the city I'm working. So when I lived in Bombay, so when I would go back to Bombay, I have a very normal life. There is nobody, and those days nobody would recognize a South actor, you know.
Yes.
They don't know, not like today. Today I can almost say like I'm a national actor, because thanks to all the Telugu cinemas which have been dubbed in Hindi, so they recognize me.
Yes.
So just the other day, I was going to watch this film called Oppenheimer, and so there was this young girl who came up to me. She said, "You know, ma'am, I know you. You know, I watch your films, but I'm sorry, I don't know your name." So I said, "Doesn't matter." So she wanted a picture with me, and then I enlightened her with my name, and you know, so people do recognize me now. But I like the fact that I don't live in the city I'm working in.
That
It
is
just-
not necessary now.
It is not
Necessary now.
I never really lived like that. I mean, we used to have a home in Chennai, but that was merely because when we were shooting in Chennai, and I would just go back, even if it's 2 days, I would go back to Bombay.
Yes.
So I've always used Bombay as my base, Mumbai as my base.
Okay, after you rose to stardom in Tamil
Yes.
within that short span of time.
Right.
It was very miraculous, really. The success you got.
Right.
I still remember those days.
Right.
How people and how magazines spoke and wrote about Nadhiya,
Yeah.
and how crazy it was. All that I remember by letter and spirit even today.
Oh.
I will try a question, madam.
Yeah.
Do you think that you have missed something in the film career any time?
No, not at all.
No, like like imagining some characters, or I could not do this kind of a character.
No. I moved on. You know, no, not at all, because that was one phase of my life. Then I moved on to the second phase of my life. And honestly, I never thought I would ever come back to cinema, because, we lived abroad. The practicality of me being able to travel, come here, work, go back, I thought that really wouldn't work. And, those times people never traveled back and forth so much. It's only when the Tamil film M. Kumaran Son of Mahalakshmi came my way, was also, I wasn't very sure if I can do it because my children were very young. And then my husband always said that, I think people hadn't got to see you enough on the big screen, and they still would like to see you. You should give it a shot and see. So I said, okay, just...
So he encouraged you?
He definitely encouraged me. And I asked my parents as well whether that is the right thing to do. Because of his niceness, he was letting me do it. But, as a daughter, as a wife, as a mother, would that be the right call? Will I be able to manage? All these things come. I mean, with women, we always have our own challenges. So during the children's holidays, I came and I did the film, and I said, okay, if it runs, it runs. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And the funny bit was they told me that, this character dies by the interval. I said, fantastic. That means I don't have to give so many dates.
You don't have to work for the second day.
And that's how I did the film over a holiday. And then again, that film was another super duper hit. Then I would do like a film a year, during my children's holidays. And it's only now that, I have more time in my hands. And of course, as a woman, there's always this challenge of getting older, and you don't have much roles written for women of your age.
Exactly.
So that's always an issue. I mean, but within that, I try to,
manage yourself.
I try to pick roles which excite me, which is a good team. I'm excited about being on the set every day with that particular character. So, I find the good things that's been offered.